So welcome to my class, and in this we are continuing on with Unit 6, Producer Behavior and Supply, and in this we are going to talk about exceptions to the law of supply. So when is it that an increase in price will not bring an increase in supply? That's a basic idea. So just have a look at these points. We quickly go through that. So the first one is, like, you see, future expectations. So if sellers expect a fall in price in the future, then the law of supply may not hold true. In this situation, the sellers will be willing to sell more even at a lower price. And if they expect the rise in prices in near future, they will reduce the present supply of the commodity even at a higher price to earn more profits in future. So future expectations, they will adjust their stocks accordingly. So that's it. So the second is, say, agricultural goods. Now the law of supply does not really apply to agricultural goods, because the supply of agricultural goods depends more on natural factors. So can you name them? What are the natural factors? Such as the amount of rainfall, fertility of the soil, and also perhaps natural calamities, attack of some diseases, plant diseases, and all of that, and less on their prices. So this really doesn't follow as such the law of supply. That can be an exception to the law of supply. It can be counted. So in the same manner, we can talk about the supply of perishable goods like milk, vegetable, etc. They are not affected by their prices. Sellers cannot hold such good for long. The word perishable means that they are not durable. That means they cannot remain there. So they have to be taken out sometimes. If there's too much of production, even at a lower price, they sell. Now, talking about the other one, it is like, for example, disposal of old stocks. When sellers want to clear off their old stocks of goods, they would like to sell more goods by reducing their prices. Now, what is that? Like, for example, you see these sales that are carried on. What is that? That's just like, even at a lower price, they are selling you the goods that was so high priced earlier. So that is for clearance, stock clearance. And they write it down also. Often you'll see that in their banners, which they write. And then, what do you see? The next point is, rare goods. Now, suppose in case of rare goods, like in case of some precious and rare goods, the law of supply does not apply. How? For example, say artistic goods of high quality, paintings by great painters, or poems written by top class poets. All of this fall under this category. So their supply cannot be expanded even when their prices rise. So they are exception to the law of supply. And based on the same premise, we have what is goods of auction. The law does not apply in case of goods of auction because their supply is always limited and fixed, which cannot be changed at all. So these are some of the factors that point out to the exceptions to the law of supply. So you can get a question as, how can you say that perishable goods, for perishable goods the law of supply does not hold? So they can talk about each point. So for 1 mark questions, or they can ask you a whole question on this.